Lyman James Cash, born on September 22, 1932, in Lower Bogue, Eleuthera, Bahamas, was one of 6 children to Nathan and Elizabeth Cash. His father was a farmer, while his mother earned a living plaiting straw. Mr. Cash reminisced about his childhood and early years, a time when his home had no electricity and when water had to be drawn from a well. At age 13, he left school to care for his family after his father fell ill and passed away. Mr. Cash also spoke of his experiences working the contract in Florida and New York, cutting cane for a mere $3 per row, some of which stretched nearly a mile long. In this episode of Bahamian Heritage Series, 92-year-old Mr. Cash recounts some of his life story.
My full name is Lyman James Cash, born 1932, the 22nd of September.
Okay, where were you born?
Lower Bogue, Eleuthera.
In Lower Bogue, Eleuthera.
Yeah.
Okay. Who were your parents?
My daddy is named Nathan Allen Cash. My mother, Elizabeth, a lovely Cash.
Okay, well,
we had a family of children with 6 altogether. Some died before I know myself. And we grew up together in a first we grew up in one bedroom. One bedroom with 8 in the family.
Wow.
That's one big room together, but we grew up there until my daddy worked in Spanish and the guy who he worked with named Earl Pender, and he got a lot of game stuff to build a home, you know?
Okay, so tell me something. Were both of your parents from Lower Bogue, Eleuthera?
Yes, Mom.
Both of them?
Yeah, both.
What about your grandparents? Were they from there as well?
They sent from, my grandparents on the Cash side sent from Harbor Island.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were originally from Harbor Island. And he come over and he married a woman in Lower Bogue.
Okay.
And so what I'm saying about the house, so he got enough so to build 2-bedroom house with 6 children, and him and my mom make 8 in the family. And we moved from there.
So what were your siblings' names? Other than you, there was 5 others, right?
Yeah, different from me.
What were their names?
Myrtle, Cash, Joyce, Alice, Hazley, and Bluey.
And where did you fall in that?
Well, I fall in only her mom.
You were the oldest?
Joyce.
Okay.
Joyce was an ex, then I was Tory, then it come down just like that. You know?
So you were kind of in the middle-ish because you were 3rd?
I was in the Tory with the age.
Okay.
Yeah, so my youngest my youngest brother named Louis Allen Cash. Yeah. I told you he'd been here today, but someone told how he must have been somewhere. So anyhow, we grew up like that together, and we went to school. I went to school, and from school, my daddy takes 6. When I was 13 years old, I quit school. That's make I got the education, but thank God, God give me grace and mercy.
So what school was that?
That's a private art school around home. That's a public school.
Okay.
Yeah, in Lower Bogue.
Do you remember much about that school?
Yes, my school, a fellow named Mr. Wright. He's sent from Carolina. He taught us a lot. Then we had a guy named George S. Moore, Sidman Moore, and he take over from there. Then he went to a fellow named Cooper.
So that was an all-age school?
Yeah.
Okay.
And a fellow named Cooper, he's sent from Savannah Sound, and he worked from there.
Right.
And so when I got the age of 13 years, my daddy takes 6, and he went on an operation on as the biggest son home.
Okay.
And I went, so my mom said, son, how are we going to mom? I said, don't worry about the grace of God. I said, I had to quit school. I said, but I had to learn the trade afterwards,
Wow.
So I went to school, Spanish in the farm. Worked from there, a fellow named Captain Reggie, we call him, and carry what we call a knife, a straight knife, about that long. And weed, so when I got there, I asked him, I said, so I need a job. I said, my parents.
Before you tell me about that, what type of work did your parents do?
Well, during that time, my daddy was a farmer.
Okay.
My mom was a plat. You know what I mean? Plat was done, used to bring too much money, them, they call it 11 string.
Okay,
you know?
that's the straw work.
Oh, that's correct, yeah.
Okay.
And
What did they plant? What type crops?
over we had the bananas, potatoes, eddy, yam, all different types of stuff we had during that time. And we used to mostly grow that right in the yard.
So
You
did
know,
you work with him, or he did? Did all the children work with him?
Well, some work, you know.
Yeah.
And so.
So did he sell them, or he just
Well, they
grew
had
them
to do it
just for your
anyway.
family?
Wasn't hardly no money around during that time. You know, that's give away to neighbors and family. That's the most what you used to do with it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it was. So you literally grew your own food.
Yeah, we used to grow our own food.
Did you have stores that you could buy food from?
But yes, I call it a little petty shop. It wasn't like how it is today.
Right.
And only with flour, grits, and rice and something like that. And old folks would say lard, you
Right.
know, pork and things like that during
Right.
that time. It wasn't how it is today. And we never used to do too much. Now and again, we used to buy a little bit of flour. Because we used to make potato bread, cassava bread, and a little bit of flour. Most of the bread used to be cassava bread or potato bread during that time. You
So
know
what
I
was
mean?
a typical meal like? You ate mostly from the.
From the farm.
Wow.
Direct from the cereal.
No wonder you all were so healthy, and no wonder you
That's
look so
correct.
good now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even when we used to go to school during that time, it wasn't nothing like so parents had lunch and different stuff for the children. No. We used to go during that time. There was a lot of fruits around, a lot of dilly, a lot of plums and stuff like that.
Right.
And you go and get, about a couple of dillies and eat. There was a lot of them around. And we pick 2 or 3, then you go back to school.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So we live from that and whatever it is. But
So
like I say about the house, and he works Spanish until he get a house, a 2-bedroom, front room, then the kitchen, and whatever it is. And we
So
go from
who
there.
worked in Spanish Wells?
My daddy,
Okay.
Puy.
And what did he do there?
Well, he was doing farm work.
Same farm. Okay.
Yeah,
And
but
that's
like
how
I
he
say-
made money to
Right,
save up to pay.
yeah.
Right.
But
Okay.
like I said, during that time, the guy who is working, the white fella, he got to love him. He said, I'm going to try to help you get a home. And he
Wow.
done that, you know.
God is good. So
Yeah.
your mom, she did the plaiting, what would you call it, the straw work?
Yeah,
Did
my
she
mom
sell
did.
that?
Yeah, my used to do that, you know what I mean?
Did she sell it to Nassau or to other people in the
Yeah,
family?
well, all the people around there was the buyers and give it too much. And that's all the folks used to do, just like the women folks and them, who you go nowhere, because there's no job around, nothing like that at all.
Right.
So they're just flat. In the even time, day and night, they used to flat.
Okay.
And most of the time, when they have a bright moon, we sat outside, and I got to learn how to flat. And all of the children, get to learn how to do that. You know what I mean? I used to do it. It wasn't nothing else to do, just flat and something.
So back in those days, did you have electricity in the house?
Oh no! Electricity. No,
Okay.
sir.
So
You
what
know,
happened at nightfall?
When nightfall, you had a lamp. And you get your oil and put inside that, and that's what it is. Yeah, you had lamp and whatever it is.
So what about water, running water?
No running water.
Where did you get water
we
from?
We had well.
Oh, you had a well.
Yeah, we had well. That pack every house has a well. Your family at least, anyhow. Everyone has a well, and that's what you get your water from. Go down until you hit that spring, and the water come up, and it was very nice during that time. You covered up, and there's no trash getting inside it, not at all. But every year during that time has a well, and so who didn't have well, they come to the family and also draw water at the same time and use it. But
Okay.
it wasn't no electricity, nothing like that how it is today. So we come in the good days
Yes.
compared during my time, yes. And like I was saying, during that time, when my daddy did take sick, I have to quit school, 13 years old, come Spanishville, gone to Spanishville, and fell named Captain Redding. So I said, Cap, I need some work. He said, boy, you look too small. You had slim legs. He said,
And
"Could
you was
take
only
it?"
13.
Huh?
And you were only 13.
13 years. And I quit school. So then I had a night for that long, And he said, well, I try it. So see what you could do. And that time, so And when I script like that, instead taking the weed up, come up and I bury the weed. He said, no, young man. He said, you got to go down low that you get the weed. Afterward, then I show me, then I show me more. Then I come to Ben one is scratch farm.
So how did you get to Spanish Wells?
Well, we have to walk. Like you walk from Lower Bogue to out, you call the place Jean B. That's about, I guess, over 10 miles almost. And we just leave from home during that time around 3 o'clock in the morning and walking on the rock. Right straight down. If you've been on the Eleuthera, we have walked through Bluff Road, Bluff area, then walk right on the Sea Road. We've never been up in that area. You've never been around Spanish or nothing like that. No, but we walk up on the Sea Rock until we get Jane Bay.
So how long did that take?
That take about 2 and 3 hours maybe. Yeah, because you got to walk.
Right.
That time through the bush, wet and everything. But you're going to try to make 2 ends meet, you know.
So did you had to go there every day or you stayed there?
But there are some days you have to wait, you know, continue on. But afterward, then they build a packing house. There was a do tomatoes, you know, ship tomatoes to the United States, something like that. And then the packing house, we live in the packing house afterward, you know. And so that was much easier for us.
So you worked doing that for how long?
I guess about 3 or 4 years maybe.
So you did that to help your family after your father passed away?
That's correct.
How old was your father when he died? How old was your father when he died? You remember?
My daddy, when he takes it, I guess he was around
He was in
between 30 and 40 years old.
Oh, so he was young.
Young guy, yeah.
Right. Wow.
And so afterwards we worked there for quite a while. Then the contract come up. You understand? When the Second World War,
Yes.
then they recruit Bahamian, all from the Caribbean, men to carry on the farm labor. You understand? And I got a time, I went over there.
So how old were you then?
During that time I was about, what, 20, I think 21, between 21 or 19 during that time.
I guess they had an age restriction. Not anybody could go, right? You had to
if you
had to be a certain age.
If you're strong, got good health and whatever it is, they could, you know. They ain't make no decision.
It was kind of easy to go.
Huh?
It was
in the farm too.
Yeah.
We used to do cut cane, you know, cut cane, seed cane that they planted. Then you cut the harvest cane.
So where did you go?
At Felsmere, Florida.
In Florida, okay.
Florida. Then during that time, then they had to milk. They used to make sugar right there. Just cut it, and the machine pick it up and carry it right there. And you make your sugar right there in Felsmere, Florida.
Right.
We used to call a place all from any village, place way to the north line. And so
while you was there, where did you live? They had places for you to live?
Yeah, they had camp, you call it.
Oh, they
Big
call it a
long
camp.
barracks, you know what I mean? And we had a lot of people.
Was it a lot of Bahamians?
Yeah, it was Bahamian there.
Anybody else other than Bahamians?
No, we had no foreigner.
Okay.
No, we had almost, and my camp was Bahamian. The majority of people was from there, from Canada, the man.
Okay.
Then you had Long Island was next. You know what I mean? Exuma, Eleuthera, all that, Andres, and everything was like that, you know.
So only men went? Any women went?
Yeah, afterward.
Okay.
Afterward.
Later on.
If you married, you could carry your wife or something like that, you know what I mean? And there was people who had to work on farm the same way too. Yeah, so that's happened. We work on the farm. And they also pay us $3 for a row of cane. $3. And them roads sometimes almost a mile long, some more than a mile. You know what I mean? It was hard during that time, but I had energy. I could have worked there. So I was already started learning how to work from the farm before I went over there.
Right.
So it come to make it easier, you know. And your cutlass about that long, and that's as sharp as a razor. Oh yeah. To everyone who cut cane practically got a mile. Yeah, because the cut is so fast when I hit you, no more you're going to cut you, you know. So I been there for quite a while, and we also get $3 for cane, for a row of cane.
For one row, you
one
got
row,
okay.
and sometimes cane was a big practically a mile long. Yeah, one of them tell you a mile long. And you had to cut every one of them. Yeah, and so there was the what you call 75% and send it back. And during that time, it's pretty good, you know. You make more row you cut, better for you. Yeah. Now, when they don't ready to harvest, then you're going to work in state, to work in the farm. There's a plant cane, wheat, and whatever. They have the hoe almost long as me. And you just do the, clean the farm up with that. And you're talking about rattlesnake.
Oh,
like
wow.
that. And that time, so they doing this kind of way, you know, not attractive, very dangerous, you know what I mean? And so when you do, say, work in the farm during that time, I used to get 30 cents an hour, $3 a day. Wasn't nothing compared. But
Yeah,
we
I know.
still save something out here, you know what I mean? And we do that, and we work off them.
So were you able to send some of that money back home?
Oh yeah.
How did you send that?
Well, we sent through the post office. Yeah, you could send money through the post office during that time.
Okay, post office was a big thing back then.
Because you used to save money in post office. I even got money in post office now. I don't know what happened really, but that was like a bank area for us, you know.
So how did you get to Florida?
Well, we get by contract. I mean they recruit.
I mean, on what transportation?
The on plane.
Okay, so they took you on the plane.
DEC, what you call it, DDC?
BOAC?
Them small planes,
okay.
Or take care of transportation, food from different areas, you know. There was no jet, nothing like that in the world during that time.
Right.
And so, I remember when we first went on the plane, they just get through from Mushing Wing, cows, some other place where you're sitting down with the cows, you know, stuff and whatever it is. And so we go, because we went in the night from here. Yeah. And so let me tell you concerning about how we over there when they recruit us. The fella, I can't think his name, but anyhow, when you from Eleuthera, and sometimes the fellas them that do like the little thing in the hand and look so rough, like, you know. Then you hold the hand like, say, hey, you want the man call you, know, come here. It seems like you was a hard-working fellow. And you go, you know. And so that's happened. And so
They had all kind of tricks.
Huh?
They knew how to do what they needed to get done.
Yeah. And then not only that, we changed hat. You know, if you got a big pawn, you call it pawn hat. You see how the big pawn hat used to be? And we changed from one to the next hat. You get so then you come in. You say, hey, you got that, you come in. You seem like you're a good worker. And we, 7 of us get straightened like that, you know, and get straightened going over there. So we had no more work. And after you be a good worker, and people get to respect you and whatnot, and don't deal with no trouble. Therefore, when time comes, so you have to come back home, they will call your name, Lyman Cash or whoever their name, and you go back. Then you don't go through all that process like how you do the first screen off, and you go and work. So you work until then you tell your contract off. Then you come back home, or if you want to, you go from one place to the next. You know, they used to do that. If you is a farmer and you got work you up in New York, that's the last place I went on the contract. I went up in Batavia, New York.
Okay.
Yeah. And the minute when we go and leave from South Florida, that Friday morning, 7 o'clock, we get up in New York around 8 o'clock. Drive night and day, you know, change 3 bus drivers. That's them Greyhound used to go in during that time. I don't know whether they still in the system now or what. But when I got up there and I saw this white thing all around, I didn't know what it was. So I asked the driver his next name, and I said, excuse me, could you tell me what that white thing is? He said, that's for your backside, so I didn't catch on it. So I said, excuse me, I know that. He said, that's snow.
Wow.
3 solid weeks there in the camp.
I hope you had a coat.
Cold. And 14 inches of snow.
Oh,
First time I
my
ever seen such a
goodness.
bone. You know what I'm
So
saying?
were you prepared for that?
No.
Oh my.
No, nothing like that. So so we was in the camp for 3 solid weeks.
They had heat in there, though, right?
Yeah, huh?
They had heaters, right? They had heaters in there?
No.
So how?
But like I call them no heater because you had to have water heater. You ain't no electric heater.
Oh, okay.
You had to use
They
wood.
had fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. So we got down and we was there for 3 solid weeks. And so when you go to the side of the canteen, to get your food. Time you get that debt, it's already cold, even your tea. You know?
Lord.
So we buy, they had a place there where you could go and buy little stuff and whatnot, we buy it. And so we wait from there, use the, say the furnace, and we do make our own tea, cook our own breakfast, you know what I mean? Now during that time, they had a cornfield, at least about 2 or 3 acres of it. And so all the fellas them to do, go and break the man corn.
So this is a cornfield in New York?
Yeah. They planned that for a horse, you know. They used to give the horse the corn, whatever it is. And the time them 3 weeks was up, come and finally, I guess we almost half cleaned it.
Wow.
So this cracker come and said, he said, over here we could waste it, but over stealing. Yeah, because, you see, because like I said, it's so cold, it don't make sense in going to the canteen to get something, because in there so cold, you try to run back inside your place, time you get back, frozen up. Teeth frozen right off. So that's how it was.
So did you all see much prejudice back then? Like, were you all treated okay?
Oh, yeah.
Did they weren't abusive though, right?
Prejudice, I could tell you. We come a long way.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Even the Bahamas are like that.
Oh, really?
People can tell you. We come along in this Bahamas. And so, after we've been over there quite a while, then we come home. And when I come home, because I can tell you about that. When we come home, me and a fellow named Adolf, he's still alive, and a guy named Larry Johnson was a policeman. This was a couple. And when we went in the bank, Royal Bank, the big bank downtown, is to get some money out, 75 cents, because it was a tenant, you know. It was a big good money during that time too. And so when we get there, because during that time, me and your color town, nowhere in the world could work in the bank during that time. So mile bottle, they used to mile bottle change that. You know what I tell you? We came a long way. And so when we get it, anyone who got the color, they go in front of us. So we call this guy named Larry Johnson. He's from home too. Say, Johnson, man, come help us, man. We from the state and we're trying to get some money. When you get in there, you say, excuse me, these fellas, they're from the contract, and they need to get their money. Don't play prejudice on them or whatever it is. So then the girl look out. I think she's from Long Island. Then she go over, she served off from there.
So they had you just waiting? They didn't want to give you the money?
Then she said, where we got this money from? So you tell them that these guys, they're from the United States, you know, workers, but she didn't want to believe that. So afterward then, he talked to her, he said, now don't let me have you come back in here. So she listened and she served.
So, but you had a bank account there, right?
Well, yeah, you call that the 75%. What they take out your money, and that's what they save for you.
Okay, so it was really not your account, it was just money that was there in your name, is that?
Yeah, it was in my name.
Okay.
If you've been old, you had your money too. If you so been old, they take money out.
So that's the way they did it? That's how they paid you?
They take that out in case if you do food, you still have something back. You see, you still have something back this side.
Right.
But when you come back home, you still got something
Okay.
to go on. So that was very good. They do it. Yeah, but 75 cents, but when you wind up, it's a good many $1,000. You know what I mean?
Okay. That worked out, yeah. So how long did you stay on the contract? Like,
well,
did they have a set time that you would be?
Yeah, well, you could, what happened if, say like if you got job otherwise from one farmer to the next, and he asked that family, well, so-and-so, to get you how any work, you say, yeah, well, they ship you to that. And actually, how much management need, and they ship you. They have to go from one place to the next, you know what I mean? Until the season's up for the cane.
Right.
The season, we start cutting the cane around, it's about October, you know, for the harvest. You come right back to Florida again.
So you said you went in your early 20s, right?
Yeah.
And so altogether, how long you were over there? You came back at some point for good,
Yeah,
right?
the first trip I spent over in a year. Then the second trip I spent over in 2 years.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like that. So when you come, that was very nice. Yeah.
So it was a good experience.
Yeah, it was. Rough of me was farmers during that time. I mean, stay right in the camp. Was in Halley. It was a little called Beauseant town, called it during that time. And I never to go like the other guys.
You went for a reason and you stuck with that, right?
That's right, to make a living. Yeah.
So what happened when you came back home?
Well,
About how old were you then?
When I came back the last time, I was around 20, either 25 or 24 something there. And I never went back to more.
Okay.
And I tried work around the farm, do this and next in the world. Then I started learning the trade, do construction work. I moved back in Nassau, learned some, about mason and carpentry. And I went on from that. I never been back on the contract. Yeah, I started my home or whatever it is.
So you got married eventually?
I never got married till quite a while.
Okay.
Till 1962.
Who did you marry?
A woman named Elizabeth Nixon.
Okay, is she still alive?
Huh? No, she passed away now. 7 years now. Yeah, April comes like 7 years. Yeah. Yeah.
And you had children?
Oh yeah, I got
How
too
many?
11.
Say too many.
You got 7 boys and 4 girls.
7 boys and 4 girls.
Yeah,
Big
yeah.
family.
Huh? Big family, yeah. Yeah, so
Well, you were blessed.
Huh?
Blessed.
Yeah, blessed, yeah. And they grow up nice. I try to train them the way how they should.
So you did construction work after that?
Yeah, afterward, yeah, do construction work. Then I went, and that time, I used to do a lot of farming. Then I started running to the market, bring produce and sell it, whatever it is, There wasn't much fish going on, but afterward then, after things changed, then you would get a little more for it, and now you start for it,
So you said you had learned how to do construction in Nassau.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
did you ever live here or you only came to do
Yeah,
that?
I live here. I've been in here for quite a while.
Really?
Yeah. Only I lived down here for a long while.
And then you eventually went back?
Yeah,
to
afterward then I finished my house up home. Then we moved back home.
Okay.
Me and my wife, yeah. Then after children. Then all my children born besides one named Esher. The one here called Esher. He born, but all these born down in Nassau.
Okay.
Yeah.
So almost all, 10 of them were born in Nassau?
That's correct.
And one in Eleuthera?
Yeah. So that's exactly what happened.
Okay.
But it was hard during that time, but I was blessed. Why I say I was blessed? Because I like to give. The farm produce, the family. And
So having lived your life and all of your experiences at home, in Florida, in New York, in Nassau, what advice would you give to young people today?
Well, first of all, I tell them accept the Lord. I'll say, person say,
Amen.
I get the Lord, accept the Lord. I know from that God has blessed me and blessed my family. So during that time, we never shorted nothing. I used to have stuff just like I go into self, help all the people, and I still do that today. So that's it's a blessing by helping one another.
So I have one more question. What do you give for your long life? A lot of people want to know what is the secret to looking like you with a brain that still works at 90, how much?
92.
What would you say is, how did you accomplish that?
Well,
What is the secret?
Well, first of all, you try to take care of yourself. You understand? I never drink, never smoke, nothing like that. Well, little woman, that's different. Yeah, so you try to take care of yourself and now no draft and things like that. Keep good. My age now, you try to keep yourself decent. You understand? And that means a whole lot. And
Yes.
put God in front, and God will bless you and help you out.
Amen.
Yes.
Elder Lyman's career has been diverse and influential, including roles as cook, farmer, construction worker, agricultural trader, deckhand, and captain. On vessels like the Ego, Daybreak, One, and MV Current Pride. A pioneer in his community, he is the first of his generation to build a large family home in Lower Bogue. After retiring from farming and boating, Lyman pursued his passion for service by becoming a taxi operator. Beyond just driving, he offers a warm conversation with a personal touch, making each journey memorable for his passengers. At 92 years old, Elder Lyman remains an active member of the Church of God Cathedral, where he is one of the last founding members of the original church. He is a respected community leader and dedicated church member known for his unwavering love and generosity. Lyman is a devoted father to Justina, Frederick, Wilson, Ricardo, Kenneth, Harvey, Ezra, Henderson, Sheena Cash Camp, Siobhan Cash Hollis, and Charmaine Cash, along with 18 grandchildren and 12 great-grandchildren. His life exemplifies the qualities of a model father, leader, provider, and nurturer, grounded in faith and godly principles. Bahamian Heritage Series salutes Elder Lyman James Cash.